The Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have entered into a partnership on the fight against corruption in the oil, gas and mining sectors. NEITI's Executive Secretary, Ogbonnaya Orji, and the Executive Chairman, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, made the commitments when a delegation of the NEITI management team paid a courtesy visit to the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. Orji, in a statement issued by his agency in Abuja, said NEITI visited EFCC to strengthen the existing ties, partnership and cooperation between the two anti-corruption agencies in information and data sharing, investigation and prosecution of financial crimes in the oil, gas and mining industries. To speak more on this, we're joined by Kikelomo, Shodeko, a risk consultant. Thank you very much for joining us. What, in your view, are the major benefits of this partnership between EFCC and NEITI?
Well, it's a good initiative, not to always come from the pessimistic point of view. It is a good initiative. It's a long time coming. It should not be happening now. But like they say, better late than never. I would also say that team up shouldn't necessarily be a physical team up. This should also actually have been happening between all the agencies from the start. So with the NEITI, they had to work with DSS, with the agency in charge of collating data, with the EFCC, with all the statutory agencies that exist. And, you know, in my industry, we always say there is already a duplicity of all these agencies. Like one agency is doing the same thing that another is created to do again, and so on and so forth. But like they say, better late than never. Maybe with this team up, it will help them galvanize and move in the right direction when it comes to prosecuting those that have been found wanting in this area. Thank you.
Yeah, the oil and gas sector is one which we know has a lot of challenges, and that includes corruption. As a matter of fact, the total unremitted revenues to the Federation by some relevant government agencies and companies in the oil and gas sector in the year 2021, we're told, have risen to over 8.26 billion naira. Dollars, I beg your pardon, not in naira. What key roles would this partnership play in curbing this?
Okay, so like I said earlier, the role of the EFCC is basically law enforcement and making sure drugs doesn't move in between our borders and so on and so forth. They seem to be able to handle border security well, it seems, right? Because we've had reports, several reports for that matter, of curbing some sort of movement of drugs from one place to another, or cyber criminals. Let's see how far they can go with the mining industry and the oil and gas industry, because I'm really skeptical how they will come in, how they will be effective in curbing this, because thus far, not even the Navy has been able to curb the theft of crude oil from our waterways out of the country. So we never can tell. I want to see how far the agency, the EFCC, can go, because thus far they've only been chasing low-hanging fruit. So maybe this is a huge task and they might be able to just do it. So like I said, maybe better late than never. The outcomes of what they plan on doing will determine the results that we will see in curbing this kind of
Kike, you're trying so hard to sound optimistic, but I can sense you don't have much hope that this will do a lot of good, considering, you know, the multiplicity of roles that, I mean, of repetition rather, of roles in the same area.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to sound optimistic, but we know the reality of our agency work, sadly. But hey, fingers crossed.
Okay, fingers crossed. Before we let you go, though, are you impressed so far with the steps taken by the EFCC under the leadership of the new chairman?
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. The approach to and the processes that they've been using to curb crime or cybercrime, which has been their focus of late, has not been so impressive. I believe the process can be better. It is innocent until proven guilty. That should be the stance of every agency, and they should approach it gladly. They've sent out the kind of communication that is needed for that agency, and I'm glad that they were able to do that, to set the ball rolling in a new dimension. So let's see if that ball rolling in a new dimension will not return them to status quo, but rather galvanize them to be better. So fingers crossed again. Hopefully the processes will change according to the communication the new boss has put out through all the social media, social media. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, like you say. Thank you very much, Kike, for speaking with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.